Hello, today I'm going to explain overtime work. So, for this example, I created very simple project with one task which has 4 days duration. Okay, and I have in my resource sheet, okay, I have John which has $100 standard rate and $200 overtime rate. Let's go to task usage and we have costs here and I will put work here as well. Now, I have task, okay, let me use task form, view task form. So, I can here say that John is going to work 100% here, which is his maximum capacity, and we will see that if I put here, John, 100%, and if I click on OK, that John is going to work during this period of 4 days, 8 hours per day. This is the usual behavior. Now, let's say that I want John to work 200%. You can think maybe that this will be overtime work. I will click on OK, but it is not going to be overtime work. John is going to be over-allocated. And the total amount of money is 32 hours multiplied by $100, $302,000. So John is going to work instead of, let me hit Ctrl Z. So instead of working 4 days, since he is going to work 200%, he is going to work 2 days because he is going to work 16 hours per day. And that is exact 2 days multiplied by 16 hours per day, total work of 32 hours. And the standard rate is applied. But this is not what I wanted. So, once again, back to the start, and I will put here, let's say, 16 hours of overtime work. Now, be very careful. You can expect that when I'm going to put 16 hours of overtime work, that John is going to work in total 32 plus 16 hours, which is 48 hours. But this is not what is going to happen. You can see that I have still 4 days, 32 hours. If I click on OK, John is going to work 32 hours, but I put 16 on overtime work. And when I put 16, once again, when I put 16 and I click on OK, Microsoft Project calculate this like the total amount of work is still 32 hours, but 16 hours of those 32 hours are going to be overtime. So 32 hours remains the same, 32 hours the total work remains the same, but overtime work is how many hours is John going to work overtime from these 32 hours. And when I click on OK, you will see that John's unit is 100%, but he's going to work 16 hours per day. Where is the difference between these and putting 200s here? If I put 200s here, John is going to be over-allocated, okay? And the standard rate is applied to 32 hours. On the other hand, if I put here 16 hours, I tell to Microsoft Project, please do not consider John as over-allocated because he is going to work overtime. And when I put OK, when I click OK, you will see that 32 hours of this work remains the same, but 16 hours is overtime, and you will see the total cost is now $4,800. How is it so? 32 hours are multiplied by standard rate and 16 hours by overtime rate. So 32 hours multiplied by 100 is 3,200. 16 hours multiplied by $200 is $3,200. And in total here, you will see that we have $4,800. Now, last but not least, what, for example, let me go back here, and I have the starting position now. What if I say, okay, John is supposed to work on task 1 4 days, and he's supposed to work 32 hours, but I don't like it. He should work 40 hours, but 16 hours of those 40 hours are going to be overtime. So if you see what is my intention, I want to increase the total work and put the overtime work as well. So I can say, no, John is going to work, let's say, 48 hours. He is not, 32 hours are not enough. I will put, let's say, 16 hours more. So he is going to work 48 hours, but these 16 more hours are going to be overtime. What will happen? Now, when I click on OK, be aware of duration and this work per days and the total work. Total work is going to be 48 hours, but you will see duration is not changed. Why? Because John is going to work 48 hours and 16 of those hours are overtime. So how is duration calculated? It is calculated like this. So total work is 48 hours, overtime work is 16 hours. How the duration is calculated? Let me go here. Total work 48 hours, overtime work 16 hours. Total minus overtime work is 32 hours. And now duration is calculated like total minus overtime divided by 8 hours per day, which is 1 day duration. So it is 32 divided by 8 is 4 days. Here it is. Okay, you want another example? Okay, I will give it to you. Let's say that John is supposed to work 56 hours, but 8 hours of those 56 hours are going to be overtime work. Let me put 8 here. What will I have now? If I click on OK, remember 4 days duration before clicking on OK. OK, 6 days duration, but for 9.33 hours per day. How is it so? Oh, let me show you. I'm going here. So 56 hours is total work. Overtime work is 8 hours. Total minus overtime is 56 minus 8 is 48 hours. And 48 hours divided by 8 hours per day is 6 days. This is from where these 6 days comes. But how can it, from where those 9.33 hours comes? They comes from here. They are calculated like for the total work, let me hear, total work divided by duration. And when you divide total work with duration, you will see that John is going to work, he's supposed to complete the whole work, the whole 56 hours in 6 days. So he's supposed to work 9.33 hours per day, which is exactly what I have here. Now, let me finalize this video. So if I now copy this cell, I will see that if I have total work 48 hours and overtime work 16 hours, then the total work per day is going to be 48 divided by 4, it is 12. So 48, 16, now duration is 4 days, 12 hours per day. So be aware, overtime work is how many hours is resource going to work overtime according to total work, which is written here. Hope this helped, and thank you very much.